hope you're doing well. So, I wanted to come here and talk a little bit about just what I did for the past couple of weeks and where I am with my filofax, my plans for 2026, and honestly, I just wanted to have kind of like a conversation. I don't know exactly where this video is gonna go to, but I did take some notes of, by the way, I spilled wine on this notebook, so bear with me, but I took some notes on things that I wanted to talk about of what I did, and I don't know exactly how I'm gonna structure this video, but I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about where I am with my filofax because I think it's been over a month now, and I do have things to talk about, not only with my filofax, but also with my sterling ink that I had abandoned for a little bit, and the things that I purchased for or things that I want to do for 2026 in my lineup. But I think I'm going to call this new series the unscripted hours. I think I'm still playing around with the title, but I really want to just have this series in which I'm gonna show you a little bit of what I did in my week, some little snippets of my day, and maybe since my channel is called Scripted Hours, a little bit of a play in words with how we plan our week and monthly and all of that, to have this series be called Unscripted Hours, just because it's more things that I did on my day that are not very well scripted or planned, and little snippets here and there so you can also learn a little bit more about what I did. About what I do and how I live my life. But this weekend, actually, it was today, it's the day that I'm filming this. There was a festival, a vintage festival in a city nearby, and it was essentially in a big convention center, and there were a lot of different vendors selling vintage things, old things that you can't find anymore, and I got a couple of things that I wanted to share with you, and two of them being these super cool trading cards, one from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and the other one is from Mars Attacks. Honestly, I don't even want to open this because this is so cool. I don't know if it has the year in it. Okay, 2012, I think it says here. So it's not that old, but it's from 2012. And I think this one might be a little bit newer. It does feel like it's newer, but it's Nightmare Before Christmas. This is one of my absolute favorite movies. So I want to open this with you. Let's start with the Mars Attacks, just because the other one is my favorite. And this festival was really fun. It was my first time going to it. I actually don't know if it's something that they do every year, but I know that they tour the US. So today was here where I live, but I know that they go to different places as well. So it's kind of like a tour, and it was really fun. And it was so funny because I went to Pilates, so I was wearing just leggings and a raincoat because it's raining here like nonstop. And people were really dressed up. People were really full on 90s, 2000s, and I felt really underdressed, but all right. So I've never seen this, so this is really cool. So I think almost, okay, so they're not all different, but most of them are. This is gonna look so cool on my filofax. The invasion begins. Oh my god, this is so cool. Crushed to death. I don't want to say this word, okay, on YouTube, but the monster reaches in. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Burning Flash. I love this movie. I used to be afraid of this movie so much when I was a kid. Robot Army Attacks, and then the Nova's Vira, which is the new universe. This is really, really cool. And then we have the one, The Nightmare Before Christmas. And again, it's one of my favorite movies. I used to have the VHS for this movie that it was fascinating. It was, oh, this is so pretty. This is so cool. All right, so let's see. So we have Eager. Oh, so it's really cool. So it has likes, dislikes, often seen with, scaring MO, best known for, non-aliases. I don't know how to say that. Quote and last scene. So we have Eager. Let me put it over here. Decomposing guy. We got the bass player. Oh, I like him. Oh my gosh, I love. Oh my gosh, we got Barrel. Oh, I love him. And we got the mayor. Oh, I should have gotten the other one. And the corpse dad. These are so nice. I'm really, really happy with them. But that's not all. I also got 3 Funko Pops. So let me actually just put the trading cards to the side. So let me put them here. And these ones over here. I also got 3 Funko Pops, and I'll explain to you why I got these ones. So I have what I think might be multiple personalities. I'm joking, but I have a lot of sides in me, and when I saw these Funko Pops, I had to just buy them. So the Baroness first. This is because when I used to stream on Twitch, I used to stream horror movies, horror games, and I used to stream every single day on Twitch. I have a really good friend, Cornhusk. Cornhusk, if you're watching this, I love you, you're the best. So he used to tell me that I look like the Baroness. So when I saw this, the Baroness, I had to buy it because this looks just like me. So this is the Baroness, and she is so cute, and I'm gonna put her here on my desk. And so this is the Baroness. Then I bought the Dark Side Ray just because my name is Ren or Renata, and actually my nickname in Portuguese is He, but my husband actually saw this and he was like, oh, this is when you're PMSing, you know, you have your dark side, Ray. So this was really interesting that he thought of me when he saw it, so we got it as well. And the Baroness is from the, oh my gosh, what is it called? The G.I. Joe, yeah, from the G.I. Joe show. And the Dark Side Ray is from Star Wars. And I'm actually not really I'm not a fan of anything. Oh my gosh. I'm not a fan of anything, you know. I watched Star Wars and oh, it's a bobblehead. So I like Star Wars, you know, I like stuff, but I'm not a fan of anything. Like, I'm not gonna be a nerd about anything. I don't think that there's nothing that I'm obsessed with. Like, there's absolutely anything that I'm really obsessed with. But anyways, and we also got the Dolores from Beetlejuice. And the reason is because she looks like me and she has a lot of scars. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I've had 4 surgeries. And I have a lot of huge scars around my whole body. Sorry for the noise. And I'm probably gonna have more pretty soon. So I feel like these are my 3 sides. So we have my everyday, you know, just ready for everything. We have the dark side, and then we have Dolores because I have a lot of scars. So this is what I got at the vintage festival, and they're gonna look so absolutely cute on my desk. But let me put them to the side here so we can talk about how my filofax is going and what I've been doing for the past couple of weeks. So I don't live a very exciting life in the sense that I don't go out that much. So the max that I do is to go, to the grocery store and back, or go to the plant shop, or to the hardware shop if we need something for the house. So this is essentially what I've been doing for the past few weeks. We went, to the hardware store because we needed to get a couple of things like plant food and a couple of other things for the front door. And, usual grocery shop run, nothing too exciting, but we did need to go find some gifts for my family because I'm going to Brazil in less than a month now, and I really need to get a lot of gifts for my family because I'm gonna spend Christmas there as well. So I went to different places to find gifts. I went to different places with my husband as well, and we actually bought a couple of cool gifts. I'm not gonna say what it is because of course my family may watch this video, but I found a couple of cool gifts to get to them. And my mom actually wanted a phone, so I got a new phone for my mom. This is the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and it is new. So I got a phone for my mom, so this is part of her Christmas gift. She wanted that, so I got this for her. And I got a couple of things for my niece, my nephew, my mom, my dad, my brother-in-law, and my sister. So I may still buy a couple of things here and there, but I also got a lot of candies, like a lot of candies for the kids, which is obscene the amount of candies that I got, but they wanted a couple of candies and chocolate. So especially from like that big YouTuber, Mr. Beast, like I've never watched his videos, but my kids, I don't have kids. My nephew is obsessed with him, so is my niece. My niece not that much, but they wanted the chocolate from Mr. Beast, so I got that chocolate as well. And it was a hassle to find the chocolate, I'm not gonna lie, but I managed to find it. And the other thing that I did this past few weeks is that I revived my iPods. So I have an iPod Touch, so that still works, believe it or not. So I have, wait, hold on, how do I turn it off? I already forgot. Okay, so I have an iPod Touch, no, I forgot what this one is called. An iPod Touch, which also works, by the way. So if I turn it on, it still works, and it's so beautiful that they actually work, which is the coolest part. I have, let me put them here. I have an iPod, oh, where is it? An iPod Shuffle, the one that you could clip on your shirt. I love this. And there's actually a mix, like a song, a remixed song. I don't know how to explain, like it's a mix in this iPod that I really, 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 oh, this is a photo of my husband like from 12 years ago. But there is a song on this iPod that I really, really, really want to find because it's one of the best mixes to work out and when you need like to really like pump yourself up. But yeah, so I have it here, but I need the cable, the headphones that you can actually manipulate, like skip songs and go back and all of that. So I need to buy the headphones for this. And I have my iPhone 3GS, which was the only one that I couldn't get to work. I know that it works, but I think the button here, maybe it works. Let me try. I don't know. Did I charge this? I don't think I did. But I have the iPhone 3GS. So this was something else that I did this week. I mean, this past couple of weeks was to get all of my iPods and Apple devices to work, and they do, which is fantastic. It's chef's kiss. I love it. Absolutely obsessed with them. And it's so cool to see the songs that I used to listen to and the things that I used to, photos on my iPod Touch. And it was so fun to see all of that. This past, actually in October, I bumped up my Pilates membership to go 3 times a week. And this past week, I went 4 times, which is absolutely delusional of me because I can't even breathe. My abs, they hurt so much. It's actually insane. And I don't even know what I'm gonna do tomorrow because I'm gonna suffer, that's for sure. But all right, so I think we all want to hear about planners. Enough of me chatting about my days. But so I'm still in my personal filofax. Let me just scooch in a little bit. I'm still in my personal filofax, and I think last time we talked about it, I said that I was gonna do my weekly insert a little bit differently, that I was gonna put a section for schedule and have it be on 2 pages. And I did that in October. So if I come here, so this is my monthly insert. It's available on my Etsy shop, by the way, in 3 different styles. So if you want to take a look at that, it's the same listing, so you're not gonna pay 3 times for it. It's a 1 listing and it has in 3 different styles. So I did it here. I actually lost the other page, the other half of the week. I don't know what happened, but I did what I mentioned last video, where I would have the part for my to-do and a part for my schedule, and I would have 4 days, and then I think it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and next week. I didn't like it. I think it was something that didn't quite work for me because my schedule has to be on a vertical planner. I don't know what it is about having horizontal or different styles. It has to be on a vertical planner. So this week I went back to the old way that I was doing before, which is essentially Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I put the weekend in 1 box. And here I have my to-dos. So just to explain a little bit again how I do it. So I put a little dot for if I accomplished it or not. So red dot for yes, I accomplished it, and red dot for no. And I've been using this Sarasa multi that has blue, red, green, black, and then it also has a mechanical pencil. And it's been really cool. I really like it. It writes really well. But for the actual to-dos, I've been using my trusted Uniball Signal Ultra Micro in 0.32, and I put a washi tape here because I have it in 0.5 as well, so I wanted to know which one was the 0.38. And this has been working really, really well for me, and think of it kind of like as a to-do, as a big to-do, and this is really working. So the way that I've been using my personal filofax is I have the monthly here, and everything is very, when it comes to the planning part of it, everything is very minimal. I think that I mentioned in one of my videos that the reason why I had abandoned my Sterling ink is because it was too big and it was too much, and I just couldn't handle it anymore. So at least the planning part of my filofax is very minimal. So here I have the monthly highlights, and I try to write one thing that was a highlight for that day. So it could be many, many, many different things. It's not necessarily a gratitude, it's just like a highlight. So one of the days I wrote that I bought my mom the iPhone, right? That I did my first coordinate class at Pilates, which is the hardest, not the hardest, lies. It's 1 step above the one that I was doing before, and I was really proud of myself for actually having done the class without even struggling, which means that I'm becoming stronger. So I wrote it here because I was actually proud of it. So I do have my monthly here. This is for the month of October, and followed by my to-dos. And I ditched the schedule part of it, and I printed the entire month of October, and then I also printed the month of November because I'm traveling. I'm going to Brazil in less than a month, so I wanted to print the remainder of the year before I actually forget. So I have the month of November here, and I have the month of December as well because I'm coming back at the end of December. So I also have the to-dos for the month of December. And then over here, I have my daily pages for the month of October so far. So I've archived the ones for September, and I just kept the ones for the month that we're in. So one of the things that I did is that I bought 2 Coach bags that I really, really wanted. And I also really wanted this Coach bag here, but it's $450, and I didn't think that I could spend that money right now, especially with the trip coming up. So I just wrote about how much I wanted this bag, and it's on my wish list, and someday I'll get to it, but it's so beautiful. It's gorgeous. This is the Coach Juliet in glazed leather, I think it's what it's called, and it's the one with pockets in the color maple. Oh my god, it's just absolutely stunning. But I did get 2 Coach bags. I got the Coach Carry crossbody, and I actually learned about this bag with Megan here on YouTube because she was using this bag, and I got it. I found it on Mercari for a really good price, and it's beautiful. I'm in love with it. But I also went a little bit bold, and I got a Coach, what is it called? A Laurel bag. I think it's the normal Laurel in Shamrock, which is this green color, and it's something a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I think it's such an absolute stunning color, and I'm really happy. So now I have a lot of black bags. I have a Coach Brooklyn 28 in the red color, and now I have this Coach Laurel in green, and I love it. I actually really like the Laurel and the Coach Carry crossbody, but they don't make that anymore. So if I want to get another color for the Coach Carry, I will have to just get it used, you know, from Mercari or Poshmark. But the Coach Laurel, they still make it, and they have other colors as well, so we'll see. And here I was talking about some Funko Pops that I really want to get. One being Edgar Allan Poe, and the other one being Vincent Price. And I don't know why I haven't bought them yet, because I really, 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 really need those 2 Funko Pops. Like, I need them. I need Edgar Allan Poe holding a little skull, and I must have Vincent Price. It's a must. And then, I don't know if you've noticed, I have this little goth girl here, this voodoo cutie, always lying around on my desk, and I want to get her some friends. So I wanted to get those 2 over here. So this is the Voodoo Karma, and this is the Stress what? Stress something. I cannot read what it is, but they are so cute, and I wanted to hang them from my bag because I've been adding a lot of charms. Let me see if I can get my bag to show you. So actually, oh my gosh, hang on to your horses because this is huge. So this is the Coach bag that I was telling you about. It's just beautiful. But I've been adding a lot of charms, but all of the charms that I've been adding, they go so well with the bags that you can barely see them. And I'll do a what's in my bag someday. But I really wanted to add some friends and some charms to my bags, and I really want to get everything that's in here. It's the little things that bring me joy. And here I was just talking about the Coach bag. I took a photo with my Kodak printer, and it's just me with my Coach Laurel in green. And oh yeah, this is the day that I took off from work because I just couldn't. It was either that or I was gonna throw my laptop out the window. So I took last Friday off from work because I just couldn't handle it anymore. And I kind of didn't like how this page turned out, but I think it's okay. It happens. And then, oh right, here I was talking about my commonplace notebook entries because I know that I talked about it in the last video about my commonplace book, and I was actually filling in the pages, which I didn't do in that video. So I wrote about Vincent, so I put this little sticker here, not sticker, but this little image from Vincent's dog. I love it. And then I talked about the short film Wings, the Strange Woman movie, and I need to fill in the haunted house. No, House on a Haunted Hill. Oh my gosh, the name is right here and I couldn't even see it. And I did an entry for the bat, and this is an entry that kind of bothered me a little bit because like I've messed up here, but then I found a paper that I have that is almost the exact paper from the bullet journal, so I just glued it on it, and it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I need to do an entry about the movie The Shock. I mean, I think it's just Shock. Yeah, just Shock. And I need to do the House on a Haunted Hill, but I was just talking about the commonplace entries that I did. And oh, this day I was really feeling a lot of intense cramps, so I was documenting how painful it was, and as you can see, I wasn't really happy that I was gonna work the next day. But yeah, and this is just me just saying just let it go and just trying to forget about all of the stressful things that are happening to me. And it was me just talking a little bit about my day and what was going on. But I think I talked about, this is the last entry, so it was on a Wednesday, so I didn't do an entry for Thursday or Friday, which tells me that I wasn't in the best mental health state. But I actually got from Facebook Market a Sterling Ink daily planner in the N1 size because I want to talk about my Sterling Ink planner. My love, my everything. I absolutely love this planner. So since I got my filofax, actually no, I got my filofax because I was tired of my planner. And I mentioned this in one of my videos that it had become just too much. I wasn't really feeling like being in here anymore, and the weeklies were very like on and off. I don't know. I don't know. As you can see, like I kind of gave up on it for a long time, but I miss having a bound book, which is something that I really like. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my filofax, but there's something about a bound book that a rings planner will never, ever have. And but I wanted to come back here because I tried doing a vertical weekly on my personal, and I just didn't like it. And not because of the space, it's not even that. There's something about the vertical weekly on a rings planner that just doesn't work for me. So I kind of missed my Sterling Ink, and I decided to come back to it in a very minimal way. I don't know if it's gonna be like that forever or it's gonna come back to being like this, but I just know that I wanted to come back here at least for my planning part of it. in a very minimal way. And I replicated all of my to-dos that I put in my filofax. I just added them at the bottom here because I wanted to see if I could use the sterling ink for 2026, kind of the same way that I'm using my filofax, by having the to-dos at the bottom and then having the planning part of it at the top here. And you could say, oh, but you have, a whole sidebar here for you to put your to-dos. But the thing is that I repeat my to-dos. So if I don't get to do something on a day, I'm gonna repeat this same to-do the following day. So if I am to put all of the to-dos here, then first of all, they're not gonna be in order. They're not gonna be like, maybe they could, maybe I could write like the to-dos for Monday, then Tuesday, then and kind of do it in order like that. And instead of just marking them as I didn't do it and then migrating them to the following day, which is a lot like the bullet journal method, I can just see that they are not checked. They don't have a green dot, and I need to get to them sometime in that week, which is something that I may do the following week, this week that is coming up, just so I can test it. That might be a good way. So because I missed my sterling ink so much, I'm still journaling. So the journaling aspect of it actually came back full force. So in September, I know that I talked about that it was too much for me, but October, I just came back full force, and I missed my sterling ink so much. And I don't know why I stopped with it. I think I was getting maybe bored, but I started pre-decorating the pages because I'm gonna travel and I want to have, if not all, the majority of the pages decorated, so I don't need to bring a lot of stickers with me from on my trip. But because I missed my sterling ink so much, I decided actually to buy a sterling ink A5 Slim for 2026. So the Slim is essentially give or take the same size as a B6, but where's my N1? So it's the same height of an A5 or an N1, but it's the width of a B6, and that is the A5 Slim. And I got the A5 Slim because sometimes the A5 is a little bit too big for me, especially now that it's chunking up so much. But the A5 Slim, if I go to the weeklies here to explain my thought process, let me get here. Where is it? Over here. So the A5 has 9 squares per column, and the A5 Slim has 8. So 8 seems to be enough for me. So I was trying to do this whole week using 8 squares instead of 9, so I could see if I really if I can do it. So I think the A5 Slim will be enough, because if I were to get, for instance, the N1, I think it's 7, and I don't think 7 is enough for me. So I was playing around with trying 8 squares, and sometimes, I use the 9, but I think it's okay. Most of them I used 8. And if I stop doing this dot system that I do for things that I do or don't do, I have plenty of space. So there were just a couple of instances in which I used the 9 squares, but most of it I try to restrain myself to 8. And I think the A5 Slim will be a good size for me. And I got it in caramel with gold edges, so it's just like this one here, because I think it was the only one that had in vertical, if I'm not mistaken. But I love it. I love the combination of the caramel with the gold edges. But I also did an impulsive buy because, okay, so way back when I was thinking about my notebooks, I actually was playing around with my N1 and I did a whole daily page here to see if I was gonna like it, if this size was good enough for my daily pages, because if you remember, I posted a video about this, right? I was playing around with an A6 as my daily entries because I do my morning pages in the morning, but I still have something to talk about at the end of the day. I still have stuff to get out of my mind and get out of my chest. So I was using an A5 for that, an A6 for that actually. And I liked it. I really did. But since Sterling Ink was coming out with an N1 daily, which has the monthly and the dated dailies, I thought about just playing around with a daily entry, a fake, this is semi-fake, semi-real daily entry to see if I would like it. And I kind of didn't give a lot of thought to it. I was like, yeah, it's cool, maybe not, I don't know. Because the A5 I think will be too big and the B6 will be too big as well. But I think the N1, it has the height of an A5, which I like. And since I have this common planner from 2026, it's so floppy. I don't think I can explain how much in love I am with this size. So I saw someone selling the N1 daily in tweed because this is the only color that it comes out. It comes in with the gold edges, which is not my favorite combination. I'm gonna say it right away, but I bought it. I think I bought it. It was very impulsive because I thought about I'm gonna have the A5 Slim in caramel with gold. I have a couple of notebooks that have the gold edge, and I don't know, I'll see if it bothers me too much, then I'll just sell it and buy it in white. But I was actually playing around with it, kind of like trying to see if I would hate it or if I would like it. So I put, my caramel notebook over here and I was like, okay, do we hate it? Do we like it? And I was trying to play around like this. And I don't know, I don't think I hate it. I don't think the gold with the tweed goes, if I'm being completely honest. But once I receive the planner, then I'll assess it, and if I really don't like it, I'll just sell it for the price that I bought it. But I'm back. I'm back in my Sterling Ink with my filofax being my complement, essentially my to-do list. And I do have a calendar here because if I'm doing my to-do list and I need to refer back to something, I have it here because my A5 does not come with me all the time. I mean, neither does my filofax, but my filofax goes with me to the other office, which is where I work from, and my A5 doesn't. So for now, I'm gonna use my filofax as my monthly planning with my to-dos for the week, and this has been working really well for me. And this is a watercolor painting that I did a long time ago. This was the view from my office in Florida where we used to live. I just put it here because one, I like it, and two, it keeps this flap down, which helps me a lot with my pages. And for the remainder of 2025, I'm gonna use my filofax for my personal entries. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with my filofax overall in 2026. Things may change at any given time. But for now, I'm gonna use this as my daily entries, things that I'm thinking about buying, things that I'm thinking about doing. And my A5 is gonna be for my morning pages, like always, like I've been doing since the year started. And for my vertical planning, as well as my monthly, Where is it? I ended up not doing anything in October with the planner, and I already pre-decorated November because I'm so excited about the trip and everything that I'm gonna do in November and December. But anyways, so yeah, so for now I'm gonna use it like that. And I bought, so the A5 Slim is a common planner, so it has the same layout as this one, which I'm used to. And I know that, you know, the weeklies I might fall off the wagon a little bit, but we'll see. I also have 2 other planners coming in the mail. So far I bought a total of 4 planners for 2026, and I know this is unreasonable. I'm not gonna keep all 4 planners. I'll see the ones that I'm gonna use and the ones that I might end up selling. And 2 of them are the Take a Note planners in A6 and A5, and we'll see what's gonna happen, because I had ideas for the Take a Note planners, but then I also really wanted the A5 Slim common planner, and I also wanted the daily. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but this is gonna be something that I'll have to figure it out in actually a week before 2026 starts, because I'm coming back a little bit after Christmas from Brazil, and that's when I'm gonna have all the planners, because the A5 Slim is not gonna get here by the time that I leave, and the Take a Note is gonna arrive. I'll be in Brazil when it does. So not very exciting that I'm not gonna get to see my planners until the end of December, which is crazy to me. But I think the daily, the N1 daily, will get here before, so I'll have a chance to take a look at that before my trip, but not the other ones, which is a bummer, but it's okay. It's all good. I'll figure it out what I'll do with all of them. I guess that's it. I got some ephemera that I'm gonna put in my personal rings. So this, and I think I'm probably gonna do something with the trading cards as well. But that's it. This is my first unscripted hours, episode number 1. I hope you liked it. This little vloggy little snippets of my day. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.